Hey everybody, welcome to my weekly wildlife vlog. I might as well start using the word vlog since it's more efficient than video podcast. It means the same thing, but it's more official. I might as well start acting professional, I suppose. So let's just get right into it. As usual, I saw a lot of birds this week, and one of the most common types of birds is the house sparrow. It's actually an invasive species here. You can actually see this one pruning the feathers around its brood patch. A brood patch is an unfeathered piece of skin that the bird uses to warm its eggs. So we can clearly tell this bird is nesting. They're pretty birds, but they're also prolific breeders. Another animal whose numbers have been problematic in recent times is the white-tailed deer. And so they've actually instituted archery in some of the woods here in Northern Virginia, and that's why I have to stay on the trails and I can't tromp through the woods randomly. So understandably, this deer that I saw one morning was pretty jumpy around humans. I realized that it was a she, and it had a fawn in tow. Eventually she realized that I wasn't a threat and she let her baby off into the woods. Only time will tell if she has as much luck with humans in the future, as these woods are now much more dangerous for her. The threat of death is ever present in Mother Nature. Here's one example. I found this cricket suffering on the side of the road. It seemed to be having some sort of seizure, and it was coughing up hemolymph. Hemolymph is the equivalent of blood for insects. Either it was suffering from some sort of disease, or maybe somebody stepped on it because it was on the side of the road, the side of the sidewalk. I tried to turn it over to try to help it on its way, but as you can see, that didn't really help that much. So in the end, I just moved it more to the side so that it could die in peace. Looking at this next clip, we can see the eventual destination for that dying cricket, and really any animal in Mother Nature. This cricket is being devoured by a group of ants. As you can see, they're kind of biting at the joints in the cricket's armor, its exoskeleton, and they're bringing the tissue of the cricket back to their nest. These ants are busy bringing nutrients back to their nest and then also excavating these dirt and sand grains to excavate their burrow and make it larger. Yellow-jacket wasps are related to ants. They're in the same insect family, Hymenoptera, and they also excavate burrows. I had a little bit of difficulty getting close enough to take this image of their burrow, and once they started hovering around my hand, checking me out, I decided it was time to leave. Other insects only come together when there's a meal involved. That's what happened with these fruit flies. Each one is only about 1 millimeter long. And in the same way that a flower attracts pollinators like bees, this fungus attracted these fruit flies with its foul smell. It's supposed to smell like rotten meat. I personally didn't think it smelled that bad, but I'm always out in nature, so I might not be a good indicator. These fruit flies are attracted, and as they're kind of mopping up the liquid with their mouth parts, they're getting spores on them, and they move the spores to other locations. When these spores get in the soil, they form a mycelium, this network of fungal threads, and eventually these fungal threads will come together, and when the time is right, form more of these fungal growths to repeat the process. Finally, I did some experimenting with a hunk of torn up grass, a clear container, and a lot of water. What many people don't realize is that the microscopic world isn't just relegated to ponds and oceans. Our grasslands can, when the time is right, become aquatic environments. Here you can see there are all sorts of ciliates that come out, there are quite a bit of nematodes that live in the soil, and if you look closely enough, there are even amoeba that you can just barely make out. As you can see, this footage is a little bit grainy. As time goes on, I plan on using more powerful filming equipment to get a better look at how life interacts in these semi-aquatic environments. Alright, that's about it for this week. As usual, if you want to see more of my videos, please click the link below to my YouTube channel. Also, there's a link to my Instagram page. I was informed that the link last week to my Instagram page didn't work. I'm sorry about that, and hopefully this week's link works better. Alright, that's about it. You guys have a good weekend. Alright, see you later.